everyone. I'm Dan Philgreen, and this is Shell Point Today for Wednesday, November 12th. On today's show, more of what you can expect on next week's Fantasy of Flight. Plus, we take you on an adventure through the Florida Everglades. And they are causing quite a problem for the folks at Eagles Preserve. Find out how Shell Point is dealing with some pesky woodpeckers. But first, a very informative Health Connections program takes place tomorrow in the Social Center. Quick and healthy cooking tips will give you ideas for cooking delicious but healthy food quickly. Presented by Linda Rakos, the Assistant Director of Hospitality Services, and Master Chef Brett Waite, the class begins at 9:45 tomorrow morning in the Social Center on the island. Sign-ups are required. Also tomorrow, after a long summer hiatus, the Shell Point Stargazing Group will once again be looking skyward. The group will meet at 7 tomorrow night in the Buttonwood Room at the Woodlands to watch an informational video before heading outside to gaze upon the night sky. Also taking place tomorrow night, Shell Point's own theater gets back into the swing of things with their first performance of the season. The Spot Play Readers will present Don't Mention My Name, an intriguing play which revolves around money, hidden identities, and danger at a quiet little bed and breakfast. The curtain rises tomorrow night at 7:15 in the Village Church on the island. And don't forget, every Thursday in November and December, Shell Point's boat, the Suzy Q, cruises across the river for shopping and sandwiches in Cape Harbor. Enjoy a scenic trip on the Caloosahatchee, topped off by a delicious meal at Rum Runners or The Joint in Cape Coral. The anchor is up at 11 o'clock, returning to the dock at 2. Each cruise is just $5 per person with lunch on your own, and sign-ups are required. For more information or to sign up for any of the activities we've talked about, stop by the Island Service Desk at the Resident Activity Center on the island or call them at 454-2282 or the Woodland Service Desk at 454-2054. As we've been telling you for several weeks now, Shell Point's big kickoff event for the season, Fantasy of Flight, takes place all next week. There will be plenty of things for everyone to do and enjoy, including some new ways for you to get involved with volunteering outside of Shell Point. Melody Desilets explains.
Hi Shell Point, and welcome to Fantasy of Flight Week. I'm Melody Desilets here today to talk about an aerial view of volunteering in Lee County. You may be wondering why I'm standing in front of all these wonderful giveaways, but we'll get to that in just a moment. The aerial view of volunteering in Lee County is set to take place right here in the Resident Activity Center on the island and also in our adjacent administration courtyard on November 18th from 9:30 to 11:30. We have over 20 different organizations from outside of Shell Point coming right here on campus to talk with all of you. Now, of course, you'll have to be present the day of the expo to see all the various organizations represented, but just to give you a little glimpse inside, we have everything covered in Lee County from Lover's Key State Park all the way to Ding Darling and everything in between. We have Lee Memorial Health System, we have the Lee County Sheriff's Voice Program, and we have Lee County Parks and Recreation. Now, in addition to some of the organizations I listed that seemed kind of fun, which they are, we also have opportunities that are a little bit more serious and may require a little bit of a commitment from you. Some of those include the Lifeline Crisis Center, the YMCA Mentoring Program, and SCORE, which is a company and an organization created to help those just starting out in business. So you would be mentoring those up-and-comers. So what a great opportunity to share your expertise with those who need it the most. Now, as I had mentioned earlier, we would get back to all these wonderful gift baskets, and now let's talk about it. The South Fort Myers Food Pantry will be present at this expo as well. If you are willing to contribute 3 or more non-perishable foods for this organization, your name will be put in a drawing for one of these awesome prizes. And you can have anything from canned meat to peanut butter to jelly to macaroni and cheese, pasta, you name it, as long as it's non-perishable. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope to see you out here November 18th. It's a Tuesday, 9:30 to 11:30 in the Resident Activity Center in Administration Courtyard. Thank you so much.
Alligators, bison, wild pigs, just a few of the many exotic and native animals found in the Everglades. And recently, a group of Shell Point residents had the opportunity to explore the swamps of the Glades. Let's take a look.
Okay? Including inside of the water. If they're under the water, they can sense any dead animals up to a mile away. They've been around for kind of to immobilize the alligator so he can stop moving. Also, some of the techniques that you can do to stop him from moving is cover his eyes, touch the tip of his nose, that way it feels like. As I say 3, make sure you get the picture because he can only do this once, alrighty? So here we go, Florida smile. 1, 2, wait. This is chin to hold him. And then he's gonna extend his hands out. And there you go, the face off.
Another animal found here in Florida, the woodpecker, is causing some issues for Eagles Preserve. Project Coordinator Joe Bedell explains how his crews are dealing with it.
Hi, I'm Joe Bedell. I'm the Project Coordinator for Shell Point. We're working on a project out here in Eagles Preserve where we have woodpeckers that poke holes in the top of the buildings. The woodpeckers go to the upper trim of the buildings, which is made of styrofoam with a fiberglass covering on them. It's easy for them to nest in there. So when we have to repair it, we have to bring the lift out here. The man has to get up there, patch the hole up, and repaint the trim. Here you can see a couple of holes that have been patched. We use hydraulic cement in there, and then we have to let it dry, and then the painter has to come back and repaint the patch up there. So it's not an easy process. It takes a lot of time. This has been ongoing for the last 5 years. Every year we repair 20 to 25 holes. We bought a product. It's a paint that's called Beat Guard. By doing this product now, we will paint the whole trim up there, and it has a very bad taste to the woodpeckers, and they just move on to another building rather than go back to that one. And we tried it on one building, and 6 months later, that one building did not have any holes. So then we made a commitment. We did 4 more buildings last year, and now it's a year later, and them 5 buildings do not have any holes. We are going to continue with this project, do the other 5 buildings, and hopefully be finished with this problem we have. What I understand is once you break the cycle of the woodpeckers nesting here, they will move on to another area, and with a little preventive maintenance, we should be finished with this problem.
Now it's time to cover all of today's happenings, Academy news, menus, and Village Church connections.
We hope you're enjoying your Wednesday. I know Bev and I are, because there is a lot going on property, and we are going to kick things off bright and early at 7:45 with men's Bible study gathering in the Osprey Room on the island. Head down to the tennis courts for men's match play, doubles tennis at 8 a.m. And Lily & Company Jewelers will be on site at 8:45 for their weekly jewelry service in the Resident Activity Center. If you have travel in your future, Jurassic Travel will be in the egret room from 9 to 12 today to help you with the details. Watercolor group with Phil Hilton will be meeting in the art studio on the island at 9 a.m. At 9:15, the card making and scrapbooking group will start meeting in the Tarpon room. They'll be there for a couple hours. Come when you can and leave when you must. Also at 10, we have a few choices. Assisted living tea and tour of the King's Crown. You must sign up for this program, and they're going to start the tour in the community room of King's Crown. Also at 10, ladies Bible study group in the Osprey room, and men's match play doubles tennis. 10:15 is the time for the Model Yacht Sailing Club to be racing their boats on the Commons Lake. And at 11 o'clock, the bus is heading out to Broadway Palm for Buddy, the Buddy Holly story. Certainly to be a wonderful time. If you're signed up, 11 a.m. will pick you up on the island, 11:15 Woodlands, and Eagles Preserve will be your way at 11:30. Then 11:30 is also the time for Health Connections Agility and Flexibility class, and that will be taking place in the Health Club on the island. Bev, take it away.
Thanks, Mary. We're going to start the afternoon today with chess being played in the library lounge. That's at 1 o'clock. And then at 1:15, we have coffee with the pastors. They'll be in the hospitality room at the Village Church. We have a Health Connections class at 1:15, Modern Advances in Orthopedics. That'll be in the Social Center, and you do need to sign up in advance for that class. At 1:30, we have the Model Train Room open for tours. That goes till 3:30. We have a Health Connections class at 1:45, Balance and Mobility Training Level 1. That's in the Health Club, and that's currently full. We're going to jump to 2:30 for some jazz and stuff. Head to the Grand Cypress Room to enjoy their sounds. 2:45, we have Healing Journey. That they meet in the chapel at the Village Church. Another Health Connections class comes up at 3 o'clock. We have Pilates Stretch in the Health Club. At 3 o'clock, we have the Memory Care Group. They meet in the Behavioral Health at the Medical Center. You do need to sign up for that. We have a Health Connections class at 3:30 entitled Aqua Agility and Conditioning. That's at the LifeQuest Aquatic Center. 4:30 is the time the indoor bocce will be in the Health Club on the island. We're going to round out Wednesday with 7:15, Prayer and Praise. That's at the Village Church. Well, we're so glad you joined us today, and Mary and I will be right back here again tomorrow.
Hello, I'm Terry Kolath with your Academy information for Wednesday. At 9:30, Painting a Self-Portrait continues in the Sable Room of the Woodlands. At 9:45, Cloud Computing using Google Drive continues in the Computer Teaching Center on the island. At 10 o'clock, Coffee with a Neighbor, Around the World in 80 Minutes in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands. Don't forget your ticket. At 1:45, Word Processing Prep School continues in the Computer Teaching Center on the island.
Menus for Wednesday, November 12th. In the Crystal Room, the platter is braised pork with baked potato and broccoli. At dinner, it's pasta buffet for $13.95. The soup is minestrone. In the Island Cafe, for lunch, it's Philly cheesesteak with fries for $7.25. And for dinner, it's fried shrimp for $8.25. The Palm Grill has chicken breasts Orleans for $12.95 and fried soft-shell crab for $16.95. All menus are available 24 hours a day at shellpoint.net.
Welcome to Village Church Connections. I'm David Pavey, Assistant Pastor, and with me is Anna Marie Tesoriero from Sundial. I'm here in the capacity as your host for the Alpha program in 2015, because the sign-up period is just beginning. The Alpha course runs for 10 weeks from mid-January to mid-March. And it's an exploration, really, of faith, of the Christian message. The evenings are divided into 3 sections. We start with a hot meal that's catered by the Palm Grill. Then we go on to a DVD, and then into discussion groups. So the evenings run from 4:15 to 6:45. Now is the time to register, because we've just come out with our little invitations. These are available in the church lobby if you have a friend you would like to bring or send. And we also have these bookmarks with the dates and the times for you. Now, Anna Marie, it's so nice to have you with us. Now, you've done Alpha. I know you've come more than once.
Yes, I've come 2 times.
2 times. How did you first get interested in even coming?
I knew there was an Alpha program, but I thought it was for the village church and not for me, because I go to St. Columbkill. But my friend invited me to go, and she said, "You will like it." I said, "Okay." So we went every Tuesday night, and that's when I met you, and we was very welcomed. And I was surprised that even if I didn't have my name tag, everyone remember my name.
Tesoriero. I worked on that one.
Well, yes.
5 syllables?
Yes. And Dottie Morrison was the other facilitator, and I knew her. I knew her from the grief group. The minute I saw the first lecture with Nicky Gumbel, I fell in love with the whole program. Especially, he was just great and humorous, and it was like welcoming. You wanted to come back every week.
Yes, Nicky Gumbel is a pastor from London in England, and he has a very entertaining and helpful way of presenting the material.
Yes, and he really made some truths very apparent. And I liked it because it deepened my spirituality. I always want to know more about the Bible. I felt that I knew more than I thought I did. I think I had it helped with my prayer life, and I liked it. I really did, and so much so that I wanted to go back the next year and bring a friend.
Oh, no, we love that. That's
yes,
great.
Yes, and I still liked Nicky. It was like all new again when I heard him. It wasn't boring to sit through it one more time.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your input. I really appreciate that. You were a colorful member of the group, and we all seem to have a good time together. And I noticed that friendships develop, especially amongst the newer people who don't have a whole network of friends here, just eating together week after week and going through this material and then discussing it in a non-authoritarian way afterwards seems to have brought a lot of people together and helped them on their spiritual journey. So I really appreciate your input.
It helped me on my spiritual journey.
Good. We're happy about that. Yeah. And thank you for tuning in to Village Church Connections.
We're glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in tomorrow when we take a look at the new amenity here at Shell Point, the Kayak Safety Launch. Plus, another season of concerts is set to get underway in the Village Church. We'll tell you how you can help ensure that these shows continue. And you can make the holidays brighter for the nearly 1,000 hardworking Shell Point employees. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for Wednesday, November 12th. I'm Dan Philgreen, and from all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.